we asked her, like, are you from around here? Like, she was dressed like she'd just come off a farm. She looked lost. And we were like, do you need help? And he just comes back looking like he's seen a ghost, and he's just like almost dumbfounded, almost speechless. We decided like maybe we should get out of here, like she's creepy. The speed limit is 25. This dude was going like 50, and he's heading right towards her. And I couldn't look, because I knew what was about to happen. This was horrifying. We all looked at each other like, what the f did we just see?
There is an unwritten code in Brooklyn. You don't tell anyone else's stories, and you don't talk about anyone else's business. Every story I tell is mine. Locations, names, and specific details have all been changed to honor that code. This is Brooklyn Files, the real stories.
Growing up in Brooklyn, there was always excitement, there was always danger. Danger lurks around every single corner, and you never know when it's going to approach you. It can come in the form of a stray bullet. It can come in the form of somebody holding you up, sticking you up, mugging you. It could be gangs, it could be mafia, it could be a mafia hit. It could be thugs, criminals. New York City had serial killers.
The killer police are looking for is called the .44 caliber killer.
It's a crazy place, no rhyme or reason. And then there's the dangers of just maybe stepping off a curb. You can get hit by a car, hit by a bus, hit by a taxi. It's a very chaotic city. There's no order, everybody's in a rush, and there's danger around every corner. But the one danger people don't talk about in New York City, and there's lots of it too, I will say, is the supernatural. And I don't really know why the supernatural lurks in New York City. The only guess I can give you is perhaps it's the age of the city and millions of people have lost their lives there, and perhaps that has something to do with it. But there is a supernatural aspect that a lot of people don't talk about. And one night, me and my friends encountered something, and I will never forget it as long as I live. And I've talked to my friends since, and they won't forget it either. We still talk about it to this day. We were hanging out one night at the baseball fields. That was just one of a few places that we would hang out and meet the girls and drink beers and whatever, and smoke weed or what have you, listen to music. And sometimes we'd cause a ruckus and we'd play fight, whatever, and make noises, break bottles. The cops would come chase us away. Well, one night we're just hanging out, we're doing our thing, and out of absolutely nowhere, like out of the dark, comes this girl, and she just approaches our group. And the second she came into focus, you could see this girl was not from around there. Like, she was not from Brooklyn. She seemed to drop out of like a wormhole or something, or like she time traveled, or it was the weirdest thing. But she looked like she just got off a farm. She was wearing like overalls. She was wearing like one of those checkered shirts that like farmers wear, you know, the ones that look like a tablecloth, like a plaid shirt kind of thing. And she had hay like on her pants, like dirt stains and grass stains, and then like little bits of hay, like as if like she'd been feeding a horse or something. She just did not look like she belonged there. She was completely out of place. And she slowly approaches our group. She kind of comes and joins us. And she's got this like weird, creepy stare on her face, kind of like this. And we started to talk to her like, hey, where did you come from? And the only thing she could muster up was, I'm from the South. Just like that, like with a Southern accent, and almost like this creepiness to it. And we were like, okay, so are you lost? Like, do you know somebody? Are you visiting? We didn't know like what she was doing there. And she just said, I'm from the South. So we're hanging out. This girl comes out of absolutely nowhere, like literally just appears out of thin air in the darkness, approaches our group of friends as we're hanging out. And we asked her, like, are you from around here? Like, she was dressed like she'd just come off a farm. She looked lost. And we were like, do you need help? Do you know anybody here? Like, are you visiting? And all she could say is, I'm from the South. And we were like, what the F is going on? It was creepy. And we're all looking at each other and we weren't sure what to do. So we just kind of minded our own business, thought maybe she'll go away. We started like sort of convening off to the side, like what should we do? Should we help her? Should we call the cops? I mean, we were already drunk. We were probably underage. Maybe we were all like 19 or 20. So we weren't about to get the police involved in something like that. Like, you just don't do that, you know what I mean? And probably smoking weed too, which was illegal back then, everywhere. We didn't know what to do. And she's just sitting there and she's just laughing and twirling her hair and looking at us, and she suddenly disappears. So we were like, where did she go? And we were puzzled. Like, so one of my friends says, I'm gonna go look for her. So he disappears. He goes off to like walk in the direction she walked in because she just disappeared in the dark. And he's gone for like 10 minutes. And then he comes back. But when he comes back, he's pale as a ghost. Like, he looks like he saw something horrendous. And so we were like, what happened? And he goes, oh my God. He goes, dude. He goes, this girl is crazy. He goes, she's out of her mind. He goes, I think like she's like a ghost or a demon or something. He goes, and she was just like praying. She was like doing this like demonic prayer, like, and she was just doing this weird thing. And he goes, I couldn't get out of there fast enough. And he was spying on her for a couple of minutes, but then he's like, I gotta get out of here. This is creepy. He says he didn't recognize it, but it was like some kind of tongues that she was speaking, but it wasn't like the good kind, you know what I mean? And he just comes back looking like he's seen a ghost, and he's just like almost dumbfounded, almost speechless. We decided like maybe we should get out of here, like she's creepy. So, but anyway, you know how alcohol kicks in and whatever. You don't want to like move the whole party, so we decided to just sort of stay where we were, and hopefully she didn't come back. But we were like all a little freaked out when about a few minutes later, she starts walking towards us again, and now she's like staring at us. And she's got this like really determined look on her face, and she's walking towards us. We started going like, what should we do? Like, should we get out of here? Like, this girl's creepy. Like, something's going on with this girl. So she comes back to our group again and she goes, I'm from the South. And my friend said, that was some you were doing there that I saw you doing. I don't know what that was, but that was weird. And she just goes, I'm from the South. I'm from the like that. And we were like, what the? We're just hoping for the best, hoping she leaves. When she starts to actually leave, she starts to take some steps, not in the direction she originally stepped in. She starts taking steps in the opposite direction, like away from us, towards the water. By the way, this is in Brooklyn. This is like by the baseball fields, and right across the baseball fields, across the avenue, there's this body of water that leads into Jamaica Bay. It's like this little inlet. So the baseball field is here, there's an avenue here, then there's that murky water that she's walking towards, but she has to leave the baseball field in order to cross that avenue. So she starts leaving the ball field, and we're all looking at her like, where could she possibly be going? There's nothing over there except a dock and some like murky water. Like, what would she even do when she gets there? So she starts leaving the ball field, she starts crossing the avenue, and right as she's crossing the avenue, there's this big like oil tanker truck speeding down the street, like right at her. Like, the speed limit is 25. This dude was going like 50, and he's heading right towards her. And I couldn't look because I knew what was about to happen. This was horrifying, and he's rifling right at her. So she's walking across this avenue. By now, we're following her because we want to see where she's going, because she's walking towards that murky body of water, like a little inlet that's just across the avenue from the baseball fields that we're hanging out in. So we're just following, her, but far behind, when all of a sudden there's this oil truck, like one of those oil tanker trucks, and he's barreling down the avenue. The avenue is like 25 miles an hour. He's going like 50. He's going like twice the speed limit, and he's heading right at this girl. And all of a sudden, me and my friends all started to like kind of yell because she was about to get hit by this truck. I mean, like this thing was heading for her, speeding at her, and the guy's sitting on the horn as he sees her because he can't stop in time. And he's just going, "Bleh." He's barreling at her. I don't even think he could stop this truck in time because that's how fast he's going and the momentum of that truck. It was sure to be an impact. This was a short thing. He's coming right at her, and all of a sudden, he goes right through her. She completely, went through the truck to where he passed. He sat on the horn. He obviously saw her, but she just disappeared through the truck. And the truck goes, he slams on his brakes. You hear the sound of the hydraulic brakes going, and this guy almost loses control of this truck, and she's gone. She went through the truck, and all of us, we all looked at each other like, what the did we just see? And we're all comparing notes, like my friends are going did you see that? That truck just went through her. And everybody, we were all astonished. We couldn't believe what we had just seen. We were freaking out. We were like, what did we just see? What did we just see? And the truck driver must have been completely freaked out because he probably thought he was about to hit this girl, but he never did. And she was gone. There's this little dock that you could walk down to get closer to the water. She wasn't on that thing. She wasn't anywhere along that water line. She was nowhere. We looked around. She wasn't back at the field. She wasn't in the street. She wasn't under a car. She was nowhere. She disappeared. And then another few moments later, and one of my friends stopped and said, wait a minute. She was doing all that demonic stuff, right? And she disappeared. Clearly she was supernatural. And my friend goes, she kept saying, I'm from the South. And that's when we thought, did she mean South? Way south? Yep, that was one night we'll never forget. Was she a demon? Was she a ghost? We'll never know. But that was an unforgettable experience. I'll never forget it as long as I live. Nor will my friends.